going to tell you about Weyforward, as promised. The basic idea was started by a friend of mine called Jason Weston. Here he is, looking lovely. He'd been trying to get the council to consider developing the Pavilion Peninsula. You know, the big car park and the kind of blocky buildings and the big space of nothingness on a very beautiful site. And he'd been trying to persuade them to let the people of Weymouth have their say in this, and the council ignored him for several months until he went onto social media, created a Facebook page, got a few likes, did a few videos, made some YouTube stuff, and then got into the local press, and eventually they gave him a meeting. He then brought down a friend of his who's the visiting architect or professor of architecture at Yale in America, and he knew somebody. That's Sean Griffiths. You can Google him. He's got some quite interesting buildings. And he had a friend called Pete Halse, who's a sustainable developer. So bringing those two guys down to the meeting kind of gave the meeting a kind of credibility for Jason, and the council agreed that they would hold these things called charrettes, which is a kind of public consultation process. Excuse me a minute. Which would allow Jason and the rest of Weymouth to sort of put ideas forward and try and make a difference and allow people to say what they think, so it doesn't just sort of collapse at the first hurdle of people who are against stuff. So it's trying to get inclusivity, and so that's really what we're now, because they've granted that thing, letting Jason to run the public part of it. We're now looking to try and build a way of communicating with people in Weymouth and getting their ideas together and putting it forward toward the planning process in the spring. So that's the basic principle of the origins of the movement. Okay, so there we go.